Hello and welcome to On the Block podcast with your hosts McCray Olson and your co-host Cameron Hurd. This is a show where two former alumni talk a bunch of bullshit about Big Brother and their stupid opinions. Yes, how's it going, Cameron?
Perfect. Even though we've been doing this show for, I think, this is the third season, you still don't call me by my technical title, and that's the vice host
Yep, I
of this podcast.
Well, this time
Yes.
I was trying to really think about, I even fucked it up because, I heard on a podcast, I don't know which one it was, but they were like, oh yeah, you should always start off by saying the name of the show, what the show's about, and then the names of you as hosts. And I was like,
okay.
yeah, but I fucked it up because then I started going into our names, and I was like, oh, fuck, and then I started panicking. It was a whole shit show. How's it going? What's new?
I think I could do a pretty good job at that. Here, give me a go.
Is...
All right, put me in, coach.
Okay, all right, we're going to go in 3, 2...
Hello, guys, and welcome to the show. This is the On the Block podcast. I'm Cameron Hurd. My co-host is McCray Olson. McCray, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
What do you think about that,
See,
dude?
good.
What do you think about that?
That's good. We just have to figure out, so that's how me and Spencer used to do it, is I would throw to him, but, we can definitely do it. It's a lot easier for me to do because now I've got the board. Yeah, we can do that next time.
No, I'm just fucking around. All right, let's dive deep into this episode.
Yeah, I don't know, I've only got one fucking thing I want to talk about. I'll tease it for people. I want to fucking talk about Tyler's HOH and the controversy surrounding it. And
the legitimacy of it?
Yeah, the legitimacy of it. I've been fucking battling people on Twitter all week. That's all I want to talk about. So, you can just walk me through this episode, what you want to talk about in this episode, because literally, I was kind of just I saw one thing in this episode and I was triggered immediately again. Yeah.
Well, the HOH started first, so let's just get it out there.
Wait, no, are you talking about yesterday's episode, or are we going to talk about just tonight's episode? I mean, Sunday's episode.
We'll talk about just tonight's episode, but the HOH happened first. So.
Yeah, but it didn't. Did it end with the HOH?
This episode? No. It was over.
Yeah. So then, I'm saying whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's finish we'll get to the middle of the episode and we'll talk about the HOH thing. Let's just cram through this episode because I don't think there's that much in this episode, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah. So, basically, Scotty's back in the house, and he got nominated. Basically because he doesn't have a good social game. He is back to doing his same old tactics of not talking to people and playing chess by himself. So I am very anti Scotty. I don't know why. He just doesn't really glue with me. So I'm happy with everything that's actually unfolding at the moment.
Do you think it's better for their game if they get rid of Haley? I think Scotty is the better bet. I mean, at least for a Tyler or Scotty,
yeah.
I mean, he's already been out of the house for a week.
But
he's already on the ropes.
Only good for Tyler to get rid of Haley. Yeah. Everybody else, it's better for Scotty because Scotty can go after any of them. Haley's only going after Tyler. It only makes sense for Tyler to get rid of Scotty or Haley, and he doesn't even have a vote. That's
true, but Scotty's God damn it, he's just the best. So great. I love Scotty.
Thank you. SOA.
Oh, yeah, Corpseman. Thank you so much. Subscribe 5 months in a row. Actually, that reminds me, I don't want to break up this little Scotty rant here, but I think it's September on Twitch. So if you've been gifted a sub, you can actually resub for only $1. So yeah, I know that Drunk Ass is giving 1 million people subs. So you can resub. Also, if you
Thanks, Mystery.
Yeah, thank you, Mystery. If you also connect your Twitch account to Amazon Prime, and then you go to the little top thing where it says Prime Loot, little crown at the top, and then you do claim offer on this Jack Ryan thing, and then you watch the episode, or at least one episode of Jack Ryan, you can get 400 bits, and then you can just give me for $3. So do that, everyone.
That's
Jack
crazy.
Ryan, baby. Yep. All right, I'm glad I got that out right away, so we don't have to fuck around with that bullshit. But yeah, Scotty, I mean, I can see he isn't playing the best. He came back and didn't play the best. I think some of the moves that he did in this episode were not too bad. Like they don't seem like they're conscious moves necessarily, but like him being like him telling Haley, what did he say to her? Like, oh yeah,
He's
Tyler told me that I was the pawn, and that
he's
freaked her
throwing
out.
yeah, he's just throwing shit at the wall, seeing what will stick. I don't
Yep.
think it's like a very good strategy. I mean, he doesn't really have anybody in the house besides Haley at this point. I feel like Haley is doing a good job though, realizing like what's the point of bonding with Scotty? You're both on the block together. You're both not didn't win the veto. Like there's no point anymore. So her just like, going right back to level 6, crying about it, saying how like
Well,
playing the victim.
I mean, yeah, she's playing not bad to be honest, and she's in a not bad position for being like the last person like left for her team, I guess. I mean, I think she's in a really really good position. Even like yeah, that whole moment with her and Casey, like that was like so genius. Just because it's like she gets to like plant those seeds that get to develop a little relationship. Casey thinks she's the one that's helping Haley, and then like in reality, it's like pretty much Haley's the one that's benefiting mainly from this, like a weird parasitic relationship.
Yeah, to be fair, like it's not like just random that it was Casey. Haley maneuvered her way into Casey's bed.
Yeah,
Haley, and which led into this other relationship where now she's crying and Casey's there to help her.
console.
Like
Yeah.
Fessy leaving was the best thing for Haley, and
Oh
now with
yeah.
Scotty back in the house, it gives really Haley that extra week to also build more relationships.
Very true.
Um, I think that if there is a way for her to come back, it's like a Sam blow up or
Oh,
them recognizing JC is like a huge threat, which Tyler started to do. I
yeah.
think that Haley is coming back not under luck, it's just on her under her own volition, and she's putting in work, and I'm loving it.
Yep, she's putting in time and effort. Like even in this episode, she pretty much says like, she's like, I really liked Fessy, but at a certain point, I have to fucking pretty much play the game. Like I have to fucking get rid of that, distance myself from all that bullshit, and like blame everything I can on everyone that's gone. I thought that was pretty much really. I was like, thank you God. It's like fucking. Like they said the last episode, it was like a day late, dollar short, but at the same time, like better to start now. But yeah, like to start to play the game so fucking late in the game is frustrating to me. But I'm glad to see her doing it at the very least.
I mean, she was trying to play the game earlier. It's just her alliance was
She had no
really
one to play
bad.
with. Yeah, exactly. But to be honest, it's one of those things where it's like, well, like this, yeah, this all might shake out to be really, really good for her. You know, even her having a bad alliance, like that might be the best thing that ever happened to her. You know.
Yeah, she might have inadvertently asked backwards, fallen into like a good situation.
Yep. Where you're
But
fucking standing on the shoulders of dwarfs, bunch of pile of dwarfs.
she's not out of it yet, though. She's doing a good job working on Casey.
Yeah.
If anything, like she should be trying to harbor this level 6 like civil war that's going to happen between
Yes.
Tyler and
Exactly.
Angela versus Fessy
Brett and
versus Casey and Brett.
oh, Casey. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. And the thing is that it's like she probably at this point is gonna have more friends on her side than enemies, because JC can't go after her at this point. Like, there's no point for him to go after her when he knows there's bigger, like the bigger fish to fry right now is Angela. Like, if
Yeah.
you know, because JC wants to get close to Tyler. He wants like Tyler to be 1 and 2. Like they want to be, or he wants to be best friends with Tyler. And he knows that like Angela's getting close, so he knows that he has to use Haley. So I think like yeah, that it just she's in such a good position. She's not out of the woods quite yet, but like she has to start planting those seeds of like deceit between JC and Brett, or JC and Tyler and Brett, and just like pretty much level 6. And she knows that there is a level 6.
But the problem I think that she's addressing very well is she can't just go up to them and say, "Hey, this is going to happen, and you got to align with me to do something about that." Like, there's
No.
steps before that, and she's building those relationships now, so that way then she could approach them when the time comes, like next week. If she doesn't win HOH, like she's building those relationships, setting that foundation for those bonds, and I think that's like the better
It's
play,
yeah.
because Scotty is like very game body. Scotty's like, oh, we got to do this, that, and the other thing, and that's not how you win Big Brother. That's not how you win Survivor. You have to build social relationships. This is a social game, and
Yep.
Haley is doing just that by like buddying up with Casey, like crying when she feels vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm liking Haley. She she might have been like the second best game player this season, but she just ended up on the wrong side of things. And it's hard
Yeah.
to believe she's only 21 years old. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
absolutely. Yeah, no, and she's coming around to the game, and she's a person where it's like, oh yeah, I'd like to see her play like in 5 years, like when she's older, has a little bit more life experience under her belt, like learns a lot more from this, and still like ready and hungry to play. Like, because I think she's only now figuring out like what the fucking game actually is and how to play it.
Yeah,
It's just
for sure.
she was really good at the game in the beginning for sure. Or she's good to a degree, but also like I think it's like just starting to really click with her at this point in the game.
Yeah, and she's also pretty good with in the DRs. Like today, in the episode, she was talking about Tyler and how he's basically living in a bush and always beats around it, and that was fucking hilarious to me because I mean, that's obviously how everybody wants to say that they were going to play. They're like, oh, I'm not going to give any info. And Haley's just fishing for info,
Yeah.
casting out so many reels. She's like trying to be a bass fisherman, like just going pro.
Yeah.
And she can't catch anything. Tyler's not giving her any of it.
Yeah, deep sea fishing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Now that was an awesome little segment. And like they both know exactly what they're both doing. Like that's one of those things where it's like it's a fucking dance where it's like, oh, we both know what's going on here. We both know like we're trying to outwit each other and fucking like one of us might slip. But like they both have like smiles on their face. Like that's some fun gameplay to see. Love that little segment. Really
yeah,
good.
Especially when they're in the DR just talking like, what the fuck is this person think
I
they're
know
doing?
what you're doing. Get out. Yeah, exactly. That's so great.
What do you think about JC though? JC was also trying to game and Tyler picked up on that.
Yeah. Well, he like I think there's like two kind of games that you can play. You can play like the good guy game and you can play the bad guy game. Like bad guy game to me is like people that try to go up there and like well, you could do this, but you could really take out Haley. Are you like bad guy game is a person that goes up there and like pushes their agenda super hard, won't let up on it. They think that they can fucking like, oh, I'm gonna plant the seeds of like I'm gonna get this person out because like I don't know. There's people that it's just like you don't realize right now that you're pushing the wrong buttons and you're making yourself look way worse. Like you're not manipulative. Like and JC is good at manipulation. But, like, when he tries to fucking use his Jedi mind tricks against Tyler, it's like, well, Tyler knows what the fuck you're doing, and, like, you're not even giving Tyler the benefit of the, like, knowing what you're doing. Like, Haley, they did the dance, where it's like, they both are aware that each other are aware of what each other are doing. Like, JC is like, oh, I'm so much smarter than Tyler. He doesn't even know what I'm doing. I think like JC is just up his own ass and he doesn't realize that it comes off as like, oh, this isn't a dance. This is just you thinking you're fucking slick.
JC thinks he could just like strong arm Tyler and basically tell Tyler what to do and he'll do it.
Yep.
I mean, Tyler did end up putting up the nominations that everybody wanted.
Yeah.
But that's purely because those are the only nominations that he could make. Everybody else is a final two with him.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I like Tyler's position in the game. If anything, this has given us more insight onto JC's eventual downfall, if there is one, because he's. I mean, it's final 7. Anybody can win, but JC like not realizing how good of a game player Tyler actually is definitely could lead to his downfall.
Yeah.
Going further into the game.
Well, you said earlier that you were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be what was it, Angela Tyler versus Casey Brett. But like, and we even alluded to it earlier in the season, but it's like all I want is JC versus Tyler. Like I just want that to happen more than anything in the show. Like because I think they're both very good at the game in different ways. And I both think they could amass their own respective little armies to go against each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. And that could make for an exciting end game. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, like, this end game can go two different ways. Like, it could be the most boring fucking end game, which is usually what we get, or it could be, like, two warring factions that break out and, like, there's blood to be spilled, you know?
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't count that out. This season has been giving us gold. So I think that Brett and JC might be able to swing it.
I would like that. I would like that.
The problem is they can't win a competition. They can't win
Brett's
one.
won one competition, I believe, and JC's won shit all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's exactly it. Where it's like the game, like, yeah, they have to sway like a Casey, and then Tyler has to pick up Sam, but then it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just not gonna, or Haley, I guess, rather, or not. I don't know. That's exactly what I want to see happen, though. Sorry about the frame rate drop here, folks. I don't know. My computer's dying. That's why the money that you guys go to sub and you give us bits, all that stuff, goes to making sure my computer stays up to date, which we got to do. We got to update that thing. But
yeah. What do you think of this veto competition? It's a classic. Well, it's becoming a classic.
They've done this one before?
Yeah, they've done it before. I think they did it in 16.
Okay, I don't even know if I've ever remembered this one.
Yeah, it was.
This is the most frustrating competition ever. Like, this is easily the most frustrating. Like, I would throw a shit fit at a certain point where it's just like, this is impossible. Like, guess we're gonna be here all night.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like,
it seems really difficult, especially like with somebody that has no balance like me. Like, I wouldn't win this competition. I can tell you right now. And I don't know. Like, this isn't for tall, lanky people.
See, really, like, at first I thought JC would do fucking amazing at this, like lower center of gravity, you know, all that kind of shit. But
yeah,
like,
but he was acting like a fool.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't even think he was trying to throw it either. But like then, like me and my roommate were talking about it, and it's like it might actually be better if you are tall and lanky, just because you can like separate out over the fulcrum and like have more control.
Maybe
because if your feet are like right on top of the fulcrum, it's either like you move a little bit to one way, it's like overcompensates. But if you have like the further you can push down, Tyler was like, yeah, super low. Like, I don't know.
I don't think that's a good strategy to be like tall and lanky and spread your legs out.
Can
you break it?
I don't know. This one, yeah. You think it like the only problem with being tall and lanky is that your center of gravity is higher, so you have a higher chance of falling off. But if you're always super low,
yeah, but I don't think that being tall and lanky is beneficial because I feel like the goal is to like make it like maneuver as slow as possible, and that way is like just keeping like gravity barely on the other side, so that way it slowly comes down.
Yeah.
And then if you're tall and lanky, you're like spread out and you can't really judge it that much, and then it hits the other side, and then all your emojis
blast out of there, everywhere. Fucking go, just rocket out of that thing. Like that's the thing that I couldn't figure out. Where I was just like, this seems like even I think maybe JC said that they're all different like textures and stuff like that too. Where it's like some of them are them dodgeballs, some of them look like them Zingtoniums that they always use. But then other balls seem weird. I'm just curious to like know how bouncy everything was. And like I'm curious to know like just like when Casey at the end was like trying to like she was thinking about maybe grabbing that ball. Like I don't know how tough it would be to actually grab that ball. Because the way that she did it seemed like the unsafe way.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have done in her situation. Obviously, she played it right.
Yeah, exactly. It's good judgment call, but
I would have probably like leaned on the one side and tried to get the ball to come back.
I think I would have tried. I think I would have went in. I would have like fucking. I think I would have tried to grab it.
I don't know.
There's so much.
There's other rules that they never show you.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
There's so many rules that they don't show you. That's a great segue into what we should talk about, but we're not going to. So let's keep on going through this episode.
All right.
because I want, I want to save it for the ending because fuck, I'm annoyed.
Dude, you're gonna dig in.
I am gonna dig
Good.
in. I've been digging in all fucking week. It's been a fucking battle.
By any chance, do you have a Twitter game, maybe?
I don't. I was thinking about building one, but then I was just like, "Fuck! I need pizza." Like I had to start. I was doing. I had to work at the gas station the last 2 days. I was actually running the register, but I've been fucking just like
Yikes.
beat. Well, I've been
That'd be terrible.
It's not the best, but yeah. So I've been I haven't done it forever, so I'm fucking enough excuse.
Whatever.
What else happens in this one? The rest of it is pretty much like Haley telling Scotty about she saw the final four or the level 4 dancing around. That's what he tells her that shit. I don't know. Was there anything?
Do you think did like I don't watch live feeds, but did Haley end up telling Scotty that they also told her that she's the pawn? Because
I'm not sure.
That could be something that they don't show the TV audience because they're trying to protect like a storyline. But I could see that happening. I want to know if that happens because that could affect the way I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure to be honest. I only like saw that on updates, that whole sequence, but I didn't really hear if that's exactly what happened.
Well,
but at the same
we're
time,
missing the most important storyline of them all. I'm actually surprised we didn't talk about it already.
Yeah.
It's Sam straightening Tyler's hair.
That was great.
Tyler is a beautiful
He's
chick.
A fucking exactly. He really is. Well, they're gonna put him on fucking Brave and the Bold and the Beautiful or whatever the fuck, and he's gonna be like a fucking like Fabio type motherfucker. He's gonna get multi-episode arc and shit.
Yeah, he looks like a Nordic prince with the way his hair was.
Yeah, that motherfucker looks like he's from some other castle in the Hogwarts land. Like, you know, like he came for the Triwizard Cup or some shit.
He looks like he's was in the movie Braveheart and he's gonna start screaming for freedom.
Yeah, he's a background. Yeah, exactly. One of the up front and background people. Yeah, he's a good-looking dude.
He looks like if like
Fabio.
Yeah. How the fuck did you know?
Like that's literally the first thing I thought when I saw it. Was like he looks like a Fabio-looking motherfucker for sure, for certain.
Oh boy.
The other thing on live feeds though is that Casey got her hair straightened also, which was kind of cool. Or she like had her hair down. It was like super long. Kind of cool to see. Everyone has to check that out.
I wonder how her long.
It's pretty long actually, which is surprising to me because it looks like it's just like up in a little bun all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's surprisingly long.
Is that a good haircut?
What?
Let's get off track a little bit.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
What? I'm not one like to talk. A good like hairstyle.
The bun?
The bun on the head?
I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, like now I'm used to it on Casey's.
Chefs should do that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a chef thing. What about? Are you talking about in guys?
Oh, period. I don't know if that's like a good thing. Like, I don't like it really.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I've never.
It's like the 2010 version of douche, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I don't wear my hair up often. Sometimes I do. Sometimes yeah.
Maybe you would look good in it. You should do that next episode.
No, remember that time in Canada? I put my hair up for one of the dance parties.
You were an idiot.
Well,
okay?
then Dylan was like, "I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face because you're wearing this fucking douchey man bun." And I was like, "Well, fine." And then I put it in the side pony. Which is
that's what I thought you were talking about. No, that's what I saw.
No, originally it was like the man bun. And that's when he's like, "Oh, I just want to fucking punch you so bad." I was like, "Oh, do you? Like, let me."
He was jealous.
Yeah, exactly. That bum.
He was jealous of your locks. He can't grow them. He's like, "Oh, look at all these styles you can pull off."
Shout out to Dylan, who's the fucking champ.
Like, yeah, I wouldn't want to get punched in the face by him, but like, you know,
I was begging him to. I was super drunk. I was like, "Please, just do it, dude. Just
fucking do it. I want to experience."
I was like, "I've never been punched before. I need to know."
You're like a masochist.
Yeah, pretty much. I've never been in a bar fight. I need to know if I have a glass jaw or not.
One time I was at a bar and some dude came up to me that way because he like was an asshole to me a couple years ago, and he was like, Yeah, and he was like, I accepted his apology, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Nah, man, just fucking punch me in the face." And I felt more vindicated by not punching him in
Oh
the face.
fuck yeah, that
because
probably feels way better. Yeah. Like, nah, I'm not gonna give you that
he's
satisfaction.
like, "I'm a fucking scumbag. Punch me in the fucking face." No.
That's really funny.
Anyway, back
Into
on
the
track.
action. Yeah.
We are the podcast that goes off off the Big
Crazy.
Brother.
I mean, that was Big
fairly
Brother
quickly.
related. I mean, yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
what they come for. That's what they come for.
I like to think of this podcast like you and I were just good friends talking, and the listener
They get to
is
eavesdrop,
like a third party,
fly on the
like
wall.
one of our best friends that just isn't adding much to the conversation.
Yeah.
Is there every once in a while, and
give props to.
Yeah, that's how I like to think of this podcast.
Yeah, it's like yeah, we've got a theater and there's all these people and it's like we're gonna hear and we're just gonna sit down and just talk about it and people will clap and you know sometimes
Nobody's
some people will
gonna
chime in. Well, every time they give us some like bits, that's a clap for us.
Oh, that's like a round of applause.
Yeah, exactly. And then fucking like when they you know, someone
would be a standing ovation.
Standing ovation is like
that's like a subscription.
Well, no. I mean, a subscription's like I'm coming back next time, like, or you know, like, or sometimes when we read them out, it's pretty much like, yeah, like someone shouting from the audience, like, well, what about Tyler's stupid ass? You know, like in the back, like, well, great question over there, Tim. You know, that's how I feel about it. Where it's just like
that's a funny analogy.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys are just watching two idiots, I guess.
You know what I was thinking was a good analogy?
Oh, thank you. Lil Pink just gave us some applause.
Woo,
that's what we should. Yeah, what the
applause is real, dude. You should fucking have it that so that way. You should have it so that way when the emote comes online, then like a round of applause happens.
Yeah, that's actually like, that's what's gonna happen next. I'm gonna fucking work on that tomorrow if I don't have to work.
That's a great ass like.
Such a good idea.
You know,
such a good idea. Right there.
And only the longtime listeners will end up knowing what that means.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was thinking of this great analogy.
Yeah.
And it was about now listen to me for this. This is gonna sound a little from left field.
Yeah.
But JC reminds me of campfire smoke. Okay?
Okay.
Strange, right?
Yep.
Because he is at the campfire, right? He's the person that like when you smell the smoke, you like campfire smoke. You like being around the campfire smoke. You kind of get taken into it, right? But you're not flashy. You're not the campfire. You're not making all the moves. You're the smoke. Right. Yeah. And then, you know, when you're like at the fire and like all of a sudden the smoke comes right at you, that's when JC's coming at you strong, trying to get you to fucking put somebody on the block, or he's playing really hard. He's trying to mist you with the smoke. Yeah. Dude, I was thinking about this and I'm like,
that's such a good analogy. That
JC
really is
campfire smoke.
Yeah, I love that analogy. It burns your eyes. It fucking people need to get away from it. Like it's gonna come. Yeah. Fuck, even smoke can start a fire sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, fire can travel through smoke and, like, it can burn something. No, I love that analogy. That's actually a really good one.
It's kind of strange, but if you follow me...
How did you come up with that? No, I like it.
Dude, I was just driving in my car, and I'm like...
this guy is... I like that.
JC is campfire smoke.
That's super cool. Smart. God damn it! I like this is also another thing that I gotta fix. We gotta figure out this drop frame bullshit. If you have an idea how to fix it, contact me. No, I've got ideas. I think we pretty much covered the episode. Like pretty much the only thing that happens is the nomination or the veto ceremony, which is a big nothing sandwich. Yeah, I think is that about it for the episode.
That is it. I'm excited to talk about HOH.
All right, so this is the fucking main course of this episode. What I want to get into, I think, I don't know if the chat will agree with me. I'm guessing it's going to be kind of mixed bag. So people started to bring up on Sunday night, the night of the HOH, that the HOH comp is a comp that's like you're holding onto a rope, your feet are on this little platform, And like at some point during the rules, Casey is in the DR mentioning like, oh, part of these rules is that you have to have 2 feet on the platform at all times, because if your feet leave the platform and your butt touches the platform, you're out of the game. So people watching the live feeds, I think it originally it started with Scotty's mom seeing it and screenshotting it. Tyler, I don't know what exactly happens, but he lifts himself up. His feet leave the platform. He's fucking wrangling himself all over the place. And then eventually he gets back onto the platform and keeps on playing. Other house guests witnessed it, like JC and Casey. Big Brother didn't say anything about it. Yeah, essentially, nothing happened. But by the time this aired, but by the time that the freak out on Twitter happened, it was like Sunday, and the veto competition had already been played. And we were about to do the veto nomination or the ceremony. So fucking all the Hive 6 stands on Twitter are freaking out, saying, we need to have he needs to be disqualified. We need to have a redo of the week. Stuff like if Tyler wins the show, he should have an asterisk next to his name because his win was
Yikes.
bullshit. Yeah, it's a lot of insanity and a lot of the
Where do you fall? Where do you fall?
I fall
in
the this is bonkers because like good like people that think that there should be a redo, all this bullshit, like you need to shut the fuck up.
No.
Like,
no. This
Come
is important.
on. What are you gonna do? Call your lawyer. What the fuck do you like? To me, it's like
you complain. That's what you gotta do.
Of
It's
course.
bullshit that he's the HOH. You shouldn't be the HOH. All right. If that wasn't a rule, Casey wouldn't have said it in the DR, and they wouldn't have aired it. Casey,
but why would they go through that fucking pain of having to deal with all the people complaining if they knew that, like, if by them showing Casey being like the foot thing, like, why would they put themselves through that?
I think if it must have slipped. The thing is, like, she said it, and production didn't stop her from saying it, and it's a rule in the house that you had to keep your feet planted on the disc.
And like I agree, but also her full sentence was like, it was like, you need to keep both your feet planted on the disc because if they come off and your butt touches the seat, you're disqualified. Where it's like, I don't know what that is, where it's just like, I don't know what kind of English language like rule that is, but like, I don't know. One part of the sentence is imperative to another part. I don't know.
The thing is, I think the rules stated that your feet must be on the platform at all times in order for you to stay in the running.
The rule book. Show me in the rule book.
You can't be sitting. You can't be hanging like a goddamn monkey on the vine. No.
Okay, so
you have to.
What I say to that?
Follow the rules.
Is show me the rule book where it says explicitly that that's not okay. One.
I can say the same thing to you because rules were said and rules were broken.
True.
And not by Haley. Haley played it all up. She played until she fell off. She got slapped off. You know?
Give her the HOH.
Tyler hung on like a goddamn monkey, and that shouldn't be allowed. The rules state stay on the goddamn platform.
But okay, so here's like 2 pieces of evidence, counter evidence. One is weak, one is strong. In this episode of Big Brother, they showed as a part of the recap episode or recap part, they showed Scotty falling. They showed a different angle of Scotty falling than they showed before. Scotty, like when he was EQ'd, he fucking did the same thing as Tyler, where he lifted up and he had like he was holding up his body weight and his feet were like trying to get back into spot, but he fell and landed on his butt and he's like out, and then he walked from at that point. And in my my estimation, if he would have got back on that thing, Big Brother would have been like, "Good on you." They wouldn't have said anything. All right, my second. All right,
let me debunk that real quick.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want you throwing counterpoints like it's debate club where you don't have to debate. All right.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. All right. Scotty was disqualified for taking his feet off the platform before his butt touched the platform.
Okay, and
Scotty knew.
Glad.
Scotty knew he was DQ'd before. He was like, I didn't touch it. I wasn't touching it. But bam, I'm going to take a nice, easy stroll down memory lane to the ground.
You walked right into my trap because in season 18. So a lot of times, or what I've been seeing online is a lot of people being like, they did the same exact comp in 18. Liz has the same exact diary about the 2 feet thing, blah, blah, blah. In that competition, Natalie, whatever her last name is, Birbiglia or whatever, she literally does the same thing where she lifts herself off of it. Her feet come off of it. She eventually repositions. She goes on for another 45 minutes, and then she loses. She doesn't win the HOH, but she loses. To me, one, if Big Brother, knew this, they could have disqualified her. Sure, maybe they missed it. Maybe, maybe they missed it. But would they make that same mistake twice? Like, they already played that game before. Do you think they're actually going to be like, fuck, we completely forgot the one point of this game where it's lawless in there when you can just lift your body up really hard, to me, Big Brother could have corrected this after the first time. Like, they already went through their bullshit. They already went through it and had that problem once. There's no way that they're gonna go through it again without having notes of
refinement, editing. They realized that competition went on a way longer than it should have. Are you saying that things never change in the Big Brother house?
I'm just saying that they
don't change.
They learn from their mistakes. They learn from their mistakes. Like, to me, they would have.
I'll grant you that they learned that keeping the feet on makes the competition shorter. So they said, you know what? No, you got to keep your feet on. You can't be hanging around
No, they had that rule in 16. They had the same rule. No, the thing about it is that the part of the competition is that if you fucking if you lifted your body up the whole entire fucking game, it'd be harder than just fucking standing on that platform. So
it would be.
So to me, it's pretty much it makes for better TV. Fucking it's more interesting to show. I don't think that it is a game breaking cheat. How you break it would if we played how you break it on this game, never would we be just lift yourself off the motherfucker all the time. That's how you break it. That's not a game breaker. He fucking just it's like losing your footing and you fucking, I don't know.
You know what it is? It's called good old fashioned cheating.
Yeah. Okay. And so that part, this whole part of it, I agree. There can be debate about this. I think that's healthy in this community for sure. But the part that really bothers me, that when it comes to all this, is so we've talked about it in the past, a couple times. The account on Twitter that's Real Vegas for sure. That's the leaker account. This account is what fucking started my just tirades, because on Sunday, I believe it was Sunday or Monday, they started to post online and they were saying oh, I've got some background sources that say production's having a meeting right now about the whole Tyler and his feet debacle. Production's having a meeting on Sunday about the fucking feet debacle. What are we gonna do about it? No, they're not. They're not. They're probably having a regular ass meeting. There's no way they're gonna be talking about oh, what should we do about this? Maybe we should replay the week. Like, fuck no. Then you have to explain that to everyone on the show. Like, my problem with this is that this fucking person, I'm sure that they are a relative to someone that's actually working production. Like, they do have legitimate sources, but all their other sources are unverifiable. When you say, like, oh, production's thinking about doing this, like, production, one, can't go online and say, that's not true. They can't say that it's not true, because then it fucking, like, then you know exactly what production's actually doing. I think that, like, that's unfair. Like, that's journalistic bullshit. You know, Hamster Watch. Hold on, sorry. Hamster Watch, fucking, like, she's just so goddamn good because she always has. She needs to have two sources before she puts anything out there. Like, two sources will confirm what the fuck is going on. Like, that's journalistic integrity, you know. I don't know. It drives me nuts. And then people fucking take it as if it's gospel. She's never been wrong. It's 100% confirm rate. Like, oh yeah, I'm sure. Like, it's like a medium. It's like a medium in our midst that are taking advantage of of people that like the show.
I think that you are diving a little too deep into somebody that doesn't play Big Brother. And we should dive deeper into where Tyler is. Why is he HOH when it should be Haley? I feel like
God damn it. No. I don't care about that part. I really don't care about that part.
You don't care about that part?
No, that part, like, that part I was just doing because it was pissing people off. Like, I think it's way better to be like, yeah, Tyler's fucking, where's the rules? Show me the rules. Like, you can't beat that, you know? Like, the problem to me is, like, people that are like, oh, it's been verified. And they say, like, it's been verified. But, like, it's been verified that he cheated. It's been verified that, like, production's talking about it. They say that the verification is in Real Vegas for sure because she has such an accuracy rate. They say that fucking, like, it's been verified that he cheated because of the rules that Casey stated in the DR. Those aren't the rules. That's just Casey talking. I don't care how much you think that DR feeds her every line. Like, that's just her talking. I'm sorry. Angela's the only one that read the rules. And then other than that, it's fucking, Rich Meehan that tells us the rules after the competition starts, you know? Like, it's not been verified. And that's the thing that annoys me the most, is that people being like, nope, it's been verified. No. It has not.
I think
I'm pissed. I'm gonna fight somebody.
Yeah. I think you're in the wrong. The community and myself are in the right. And it's Big Brother's fault for only giving us till Sunday to realize that the rules, like, because we're not there. We're not getting the rules. We're not Casey, JC, whatever. We don't get the actual rules. But when Casey relayed the information, it was too late for us. Big Brother fans, Americans, people of all likes of BB. And once we realized that Tyler was a fraud, a phony, we rallied.
Cheater. And
it's up to not only us, but Vegas for sure, to try and right the wrong that is a Tyler HOH.
Ooh. I've got another thing that we can talk about.
Good.
Bitter jury.
I'm having fun with this.
I know you are, but fucking, I'm over it. I'm annoyed. I got my rant out. I wish more people were telling me that I was wrong in the chat, but I think everyone kind of agrees. I'm right. No.
You're wrong.
But the bitter jury stuff I've heard this year is like infuriating. I don't know. I heard a lot of people.
Please explain.
Like, I heard a lot of people just being like, "Oh, fucking like." The thing about Tyler is he hasn't explained his gameplay. He doesn't own anything. I know exactly who Brett is. He's gonna tell it like it is. I know exactly who you know, Tyler hasn't had to go through adversity. I'm talking about one person that I think they do watch the show, so like I'm not trying to rag on you too hard, but I just thought about this one thing. Yeah, a lot of people were like, this is the reasons why you, like, it's not being a bitter jury. These are the actual reasons why you should vote for someone. Like, you know them better. They're not fake ass. Like, they didn't scheme, essentially. I don't know. But
I think
yeah.
I think that there are such things as bitter juries, but this season we have a jury block,
which
with
is
the
very
Fonte
interesting.
Alliance.
I think that's awesome and kind of interesting. I don't
I
like it per se.
hate it. I hate it.
I think it's a cool concept though.
You know what I hate even more? The
Yeah.
fact that Scotty and Haley are like, yeah,
using
we
it now?
can vote for anybody in the house. They
Yep.
should just bring us to the
Now
end
they're
if they're thinking
using it.
properly.
Yep. But to me, which I don't really, that doesn't make sense because then isn't everyone at the same footing like in level 6, you know? Where it's like, well, if you just take them out, then we're all on the same footing. It's like a pact, you know? Like anyone that tries to keep them, fuck you, you know? Like don't take that person to the end because obviously they're going to get their vote. I think I like the strategy. I think it's a fucking like you're weaponizing your own fucking like salty tears. That's the thing that I don't like. It's just like it's being fucking a crybaby, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's also how I feel. I don't like that they're saying, "Oh, we could just vote for anybody," which is essentially what happened to Paul in my season.
Yeah.
It was more of like a block than than Josh doing well. I mean, they both played great games, or they both played, but like, I just don't think that they should be thinking, oh, let's just not let so and so win because they outplayed us. It's not like anybody this season was overtly mean to them.
No,
like,
exactly. You got
being
played.
scummy.
Yeah, like they got played. I agree, 100%. Yeah, I'm not gonna play devil's advocate because I agree. I fucking like the thing about it to me is like when people say these things about like like not giving Tyler the win or not giving like or just being like, oh, it's not being a bitter jury. Like I always think about it's like, well, if I took your criteria for what should actually win the game, you know, like I should have voted for Gina Marie. Like Gina Marie, I should have voted for Gina Marie on my season. You know, like she.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Just like the criteria of people being like, oh well, she's up front. You know, she doesn't hide her gameplay. It's all on Front Street. You know, it's stuff like that where it's just like think about it. Anytime you hear people talk about why it's okay to be bitter jury members, and then imagine like, okay, so then like, does Gina Marie fit that criteria? And would it be okay to vote for Gina Marie? Much love, Gina Marie, you're not listening, but God, I love you. But like, you shouldn't have been the winner of you know what I'm saying? Like, like to me, it's just like put it always through that prism of like, okay, so like, who's some of the people that shouldn't have ever won? Victoria's, you know. She seemed like she was pretty upfront, whatever.
However, there's different like criteria that each player votes on, and if you're saying, "Hey, we're gonna block," you no longer have your own individual thought, which is the whole point of the jury section. It's like, yeah, even though we're an alliance, we're not an alliance anymore, and I want to vote the person that I think wins based on my criteria. And there's no way all 5 of their criteria is exactly the same.
But also, like, I mean, it's not against the rules.
It's not. Well, talking in the jury house is against the rules.
Talking is when there's no cameras around. I think you can talk game when the camera's around.
Oh, yeah, when they're on.
When they're on. So it's like, well, as long as it's on. But I seriously doubt that they fucking came up with that plan while the cameras were on. You know?
No, they didn't. And
no way in fuck. But at the same time, like, again, good for them, I think, to think of that. Like,
it's not good for them.
The first fucking game move they've ever made in the whole show.
And it's out of retaliation.
Yeah, it's out of being a fucking bunch of whiny ass motherfuckers. Like, it's funny and it's very ironic that that's their first game move is to just be like, we're gonna tank this good season. Even like let's make sure that everyone gets really pissed. I agree. I hope honestly, they do it.
Watch them do that and them actually get it right because they haven't gotten any
Yeah.
And if they think, oh, I gotta I don't want this person to win because they're a jerk, it would probably end up being like better for all of us because there's no way they actually understand what's going on.
My dream scenario right now is that fucking it's Tyler versus JC final two. Everyone fucking bitter votes against Tyler and JC wins, and then they all come out and see on Twitter how problematic JC's been the whole entire season and realize like, oh fuck, we fucked up. Like, I think that would be the ultimate like, fuck
No.
you. You guys just fucked yourselves and you voted for the most problematic Trump supporter. Like, it would be Rockstar would shit a brick. She would shit a brick. That'd be the funniest goddamn thing I've that's poetic justice. That would be amazing.
That would be, but I wouldn't be there watching it unfold. They'd watch it unfold behind their Twitter screen.
Yep.
And
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I could see them not voting Angela's way because she's meaning the goodbye messages and she doesn't really try around the house.
Yeah. No.
But but saying that Tyler doesn't deserve a win, or Casey doesn't deserve a win.
Casey's turned up. He's turned up lately.
Let's go.
It's been awesome to see.
Yeah, I love watching them play, and just the fact that they are like, oh, we're going to be a block, it made the air, which is even
that means
a little more frustrating.
Well, that means there's going to be more footage to show. That narrative has been built at this point. Like, they're going to just keep on like talking about that because I'm guessing that's probably a major plot point at the jury house, you know?
And then it makes all these other people's votes not matter at all. And it's just I hate this, and I'm not even going to try and pretend that it's good. Like I pretended to do some other things.
I think I can. I think this one I might be able to play a little bit jury's or devil's advocate, but there's going to be plenty of time for that because again, I think this will be a narrative that they pick up and start talking about in the future here, or in the couple coming episodes. I'm trying to think. I had a last question, but I think we can say fuck it. I can't remember it. I think we're good. I think we covered everything. I feel like these episodes are going to get smaller and smaller. Oh, yeah, tomorrow. We tell them?
Tomorrow, we are taking a half day, I guess.
I like that.
And when a day is only an hour long, that means the show's
half hour long.
Because I am going to have a double header. I'm going on Morgan's thing. Morgan Willette from Big Brother OTT. So if you want to watch me over there, it's going to be at something. I don't know. I'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, what's it called? After Buzz?
After Buzz. Yeah, I'll be on there with Morgan Willette.
That's going to be at 10 p.m.
10 p.m. So we're going to hop on here directly at 9:15. We won't be late tomorrow, and we'll be on for a half hour.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good episode. Just spewing the hot, quick, dirty, fucking HOH, all the good stuff. Real quick.
Nice and dirty.
Yeah, exactly. Cam is moonlighting. Yeah, everyone has to go and fucking watch Cam at After Buzz. I don't know if they do it live, I guess. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I did it for Celebrity, I think.
Oh, really? I'm fucking annoyed that I haven't been asked once, ever, to do anything After Buzz, anything, ever. It's so annoying to me. So annoying.
Yikes.
Well, if they knew you like I did, I wouldn't either. Fuck you.
No, I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty close with Morgan. I mean, not close, but like.
No, you're a lot closer to them than I is. Okay.
Morgan and Alex.
Yep. Do you what else do you got to plug?
And that's it. I don't even have social media. Don't even follow me. I don't know anything.
I like it. Okay, here's the start. Fucking always sub to me, sub to my stuff, everything. It always helps the stream. It fucking gives me the money to do stuff like make it better. You can do September, which is like if you have a gifted sub, you can just resub for $1, super cheap. If you go watch Jack Ryan and you do that claim offer thing, you can get them Jack Ryan $4 biddies. You can drop some biddies, which are just like applauses in the forum in a Greek olden days. You can always do that.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, TV Party app. Check that out. Hamsterwatch.com for all your fucking your snarky updates day by day, and bmx-tv.net for all your live feeds for them illegal means. That rhymes, so we're gonna keep on using that.
Booyah!
That's probably all I got here. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I'm sorry about Sunday. Yeah, I was at the fair, but we shouldn't be missing any more episodes, I think, coming up, except for this shorty. But yeah, I think we should be more on track. But
Yep, and thank you, Lil Pink, A Mile, Tim C, Lone Ranger, Deb, and Emsley being active in the chat. There's a lot of others, but those are the first 5 I saw.
The first
ones. Yeah, there's and thanks for the 2 subs we got from Mystery 101 and Deb.
I think we got some videos too from Mystery. No, I appreciate it, guys. It means a lot to us. Yeah, we're just gonna slowly keep building this up. Someone asked if we want to do Amazing Race. I think I want to do it. I don't know, because there's Big Brother people on it. Fuck it, that's within our realm.
Yeah, are you spoiled?
No.
Okay, neither am I.
Bullshit.
I swear to God.
Bullshit.
I swear to God. I don't know shit.
I did that charity event that I did. One of the people that played in that charity event with me, he was on the Amazing Race with all the Big Brother people. So I talked to him about because Alyssa from my season was also on the Amazing Race. So we could probably get Alyssa on the show, maybe. That'd be the most insane interview. But no, I'm not spoiled at all, but I just know I don't really know anything. Not spoiled. I don't give a fuck about that show. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun to
That's my thing.
I know, but it'll be fun to be oh fuck, and here we go. Phil, whatever your name is, who are you? You fucking vanilla motherfucker host.
Yeah, I do like the Survivor people and the Big Brother people.
Yeah.
So it is likely that we'll do it, but I'm not sure.
If you don't have the time, that's fine. But I think we should just keep OTB going season long as we can.
For sure.
All right. Well, this has been a rambly one. It's been good.
I feel like it was a good one, actually.
Good one. I agree. I do agree. I laughed a lot. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. On behalf of Cameron Hurd, my name is McCrae Olsen. We'll see you guys next time on the block.